Expensify and submit our expense report. Simply go to expensify.com and enter in your username, which is your email address. For all Piper employees, email address is our first initial, last name at pipertechnologies.com. And then we're going to enter the password. The password was chosen when you accepted the invitation from your email. So go ahead and enter that in. And we're going to sign on. First thing we're going to do is go into our account and our account settings, choose preferences. We want to make sure that we have chosen manually as our submission type. So mine's set to manually, which means that I can submit my report at the end of the week once I know that my project is complete or that I will not incur any more expenses. All reports are due by Saturday at midnight following the week ending date Friday, whatever it may be. So this week's date is March 16th, 2018. So my report will be due by March 17th, midnight. I've gone ahead and made sure my preferences are correct. So I'm going to go ahead and click on the left bar where it says reports. I am going to create a new report by going to the right-hand side of the screen at the top and clicking on New Report. Once the report is generated, the first thing we want to do is where it says New Report, highlight it, delete it, and enter our name in. I use R and my last name, first initial, last name, Tomlinson. I'm going to put the word training in here because we are doing this for training purposes. And I'm going to choose week ending, and I'm going to choose 03/16 of 2018. Hit enter, and that has saved your report name. So this is what shows up when your report is submitted, my name and week ending date. Now I'm going to start uploading some expenses. There are two ways that I can upload new expenses. I can start right in the report here by clicking on the plus sign, or I can go to the left-hand side and select expenses and upload from there. For now, we're going to show you how to do it right inside of the report you just created. Go ahead and hit the plus button. Click on, see it at the top left-hand corner, New Expense. I'm going to hit the plus sign here over to the right side so that I can choose from my computer the receipt I would like to upload and import from my computer here, again, in the upper left-hand corner. So I've clicked on that. I'm now going to select my receipt. I've hit open, and now we can see the receipt is now visible. If I don't have the receipt in front of me, just the picture, I can scroll over it to enlarge it. So I know that this is from Hardee's in my favorite city of Emporia. And I can scroll down, generally looking for the date, most of the time at the bottom. And there it is, 9:38 a.m. on 3/8/2018. I do currently have the receipt with me, so I can also fill in the merchant information from there. So I will enter this as Hardee's, if I can spell, S. Change the date from the 15th to the 8th. The 8th was the day of the purchase, and total amount for $5.97. We don't ever use reimbursable or billable, so don't ever click on either one of those. I'm going to go ahead and choose my category, which there are quite a few to choose from. One being cash receipt. I did not pay out of my pocket for this. I used the company provided Amex. So I'm just going to simply go ahead and choose meal. I'm next going to choose my tag, which would be my project code that I was working on for that week. On every schedule sent out at the end of the week, each assignment has a project code on it. If you're unsure what your particular project code is, you could always reference the schedule that was sent out to you for that particular week. You could call your project manager. They'd be more than happy to assist you in selecting the corrected project code, or you can call me. I'd be more than happy to help. For this particular purchase, I was out on the Food Lion remodel project, so I'm going to go ahead and select Food Lion remodel project. If I needed approval, perhaps this was a hotel receipt, which I could not get the daily purchase amount within the per diem of $65 a night. Perhaps this is a materials or tool purchase for a particular project. I would enter my comment down here, and I would put approved by, it could be approved by Mr. David Saunders, Mr. Bill Bowser, Brian Snyder, Peg Waters, but I'll go ahead and approve this myself. And now I have the merchant name, the correct date, dollar amount, my category as meal, my project code, or in the expense report tag of Food Lion Remodel, and comments if applicable. Excuse me. So I'm going to go ahead and save this expense. And now we can see it has uploaded right into the report. So this week's report so far has $5.97 automatically categorized into meals. So I'm going to show you now, go to the left-hand side and click on expenses. And this particular category, or I'm not even sure what you call it, under expenses, we can also choose to upload an expense. We're going to click on new expense here in the right-hand corner. You can see it highlights in green. Click on that, go down and click on expense, and click on receipt. All expenses here at Piper Technologies do require a dated time-stamped receipt, so I'm going to choose this particular receipt. And you can see under this category of expenses, once it's uploaded, the system will start doing a smart scan. This smart scanning is also available when you use the mobile application. Any pictures of your receipts, it'll automatically start to smart scan it. Smart scanning can take, depending on your signal, your cell phone signal, or wireless connection or internet connection, can take quite some time. So for time's sake purposes, I'm going to go ahead and edit this. Please note to yourselves that when smart scanning a receipt, the receipt needs to sync with the application. So on the mobile application, this could take anywhere from 30 seconds to 2 minutes. Once it has sunk, you'll be able to click on it just like so, and you'll be able to edit that receipt. I'm going to go ahead and edit this particular receipt and enter the Shell gas station name. I can't remember which date I purchased this fuel on. So I'm going to go ahead and look for it. And it looks like, again, it was purchased on March 8th. And there it is at 11:13 a.m. So I will choose March 8th here from the calendar. And I will enter in the dollar amount, which I don't have the receipt in front of me, was $20. I'm going to pick the category, which would be gas. I did use the Amex card, which you can see. If you're unsure or can't remember because you're doing this at the end of the week, you can see on the receipt that it tells me it was an Amex card, or you can click on it and it'll enlarge it, and you can see right here, Amex. I'm not sure if you were able to see when I clicked on it and enlarged it, but here it is. It was my Amex card purchase. So otherwise, if I had purchased it myself and it's a reimbursable amount, perhaps you had some tolls or parking where Amex was not taken, so you had to pay either with your debit card, Master or Visa card, or perhaps actual cash out of your pocket, you would go ahead and click on cash receipt. I used my Amex, so I'm going to just click on gas, and I'm going to add my tag for the project, Food Lion Remodel, and I could add a comment in here. However, there is no comment for me to add. I didn't require approval, so I'm going to leave this one blank. And notice down here, because I've created a report previous to uploading any expenses, when you go to the expense category, it allows you to select which report you would like to attach it to. Had I not created a report, I could click on New, but I've created this report for us today for training of R. Tomlinson, training, week ending, and Friday's date of 3/16/2018. So we'll keep that one selected. And I will double check to make sure I have merchant name, correct date, total dollar amount. My category is gas, which is the correct category. My correct project tag of Food Lion Remodel, and no required comment. So I'm going to go ahead and save this. And now we see right here that this particular receipt has been uploaded under my expense category. If I go back to reports and I open my Robin Tomlinson training report, by clicking on it once, I can see that this shell for March 8th has been uploaded. However, I see there is an error here. Somehow, it's telling me I have a potential duplicated expense, which is truth. It's showing on my my real week ending 3/16 report. However, I'm noticing right here that the tag I selected for some reason did not save. So I'm going to go ahead and fix that error by clicking on this and reselecting the tag. I think I clicked to the side, which is why it deleted, of Food Lion Remodel. And I'm going to go ahead and save. That has resolved that issue. This issue will remain because it's a potential duplicated expense. I don't need to view it. I know I'm using a previously submitted receipt, so I'm going to allow that error to stay. So lastly, I just want to show you again that cash receipt option, which is the very first option when you click on category here, when you're uploading a new receipt. You would want to click on cash receipt. I'm going to review what receipts could potentially be a cash receipt. This would be a receipt that you did not use your Amex card for. If you were at a restaurant that did not accept Amex, such as Cookout, and you paid with your Visa, MasterCard, debit card, or actual cash out of your pocket, we would choose cash receipt. If you were traveling and you had to pay tolls or stop at toll booths where they did not accept your Amex card and you had to use a Visa, MasterCard, debit card, or cash out of your pocket, you would choose cash receipt. If you had to park at a merchant or close to a job site, and the parking attendant and/or parking payment machine did not take Amex, and you had to use your own MasterCard, Visa, debit, or cash out of your pocket, you would choose cash receipt. I don't have any cash receipts for this particular week, so I'm going to close that out. That window pops open because I was trying to add a new expense. However, I'll X out of that. I will review and make sure that I've edited my report with my name and week ending date. I have checked all my errors, and I've entered all my information. I have the date, merchant name, tag name, and any comment that may be necessary when submitting an expense. I'm going to go ahead now and submit and close. And it's warning me one last time of a potential policy violation and telling me it's a potential duplicated expense. I'm choosing not to click on resolve. However, had you not noticed the error previous to this, you could hit resolve and it would take you to your expenses. You could click on that particular expense and go ahead and make any edits and save. I'm going to X out of that because I've already checked my errors. Hit submit and close. Are you sure you would like to submit? I'm going to click on yes. It asks me to whom I want to submit my expense report to. So you make sure that in there it is typed out payroll@pipertechnologies.com. If you wanted to copy somebody, you could certainly CC on this line or add a memo on the next line. I always send myself a copy so that I have a confirmation that my expense report was sent, and it is date stamped and time stamped in that email that I receive. So I'm going to go ahead and submit. And now we can see that this particular report for the $25.97 right here has been submitted. Finished, and no further action is required. I will go back to reports. And that concludes the training on Expensify and expense reports. If there are any additional follow-up questions, please feel free to reach out to me. Thank you.